Valeri, come take a look at this. You two...
Some sort of notebook. What is it for?
It's the on-duty logbook for the theater. Kulish was the main person to use... He mostly used it to record any unusual incidents during a show, audience numbers, exit times, and so on. Yes, he'd always have this logbook with him when he checked tickets at the entrance.
This should confirm a lot of key details about the recent show. So, you find anything unusual?
Yes. The number of people. I've checked and double-checked, but the numbers just apparently... We have an extra person among...
Are we certain that logbook is accurate? Could someone have sneaked in without buying a ticket or something?
Unlikely. Kulish took his duties very seriously. Not to mention that this was a dress rehearsal, meaning smaller audience numbers and tighter ticket restrictions than usual.
We no longer have our tickets with us, do we? They got collected on entry.
Unfortunately not. The theater recycles tickets. Once people are in the door, they don't tend to leave until the show ends, so we collect the tickets at the point of entry. Still, I'm inclined to believe that this
Did an extra person just materialize out of...
Tonya, did you...
Not yet. Still looking. So... Are we up?
This looks like... some...
Well, it doesn't look scary or anything. So I guess it should be fun. Alright, let's...
Huh. This has to be Vodyanitsa's writing, surely.
Maybe it's a little rude for us to peek at this. I feel like I just read someone's secret diary by accident. It sounds like she's writing this for her parents, right?
Because her water imp parents belonged to the aristocracy, who were driven out of Snezhnaya by the Tsaritsa long ago. And now they live somewhere new, where the postman can't get to.
We're sorry.
It's fine. My fault for not storing it properly. I can't leave things lying around and expect them to get ignored when everyone's... Alright, give me my notebook back. I'll take over the investigation in this...
Ah, Traveler. Since you're here, Alosha found it. We're both curious to hear your perspective. It appears to be a... well, an investigation report. And
An investigation report, huh? Looks quite old.
The theater manager must have hired an investigator once specifically to look into this issue.
Presumably, the manager wanted to know if the supposed haunting was dangerous, while also being fearful of word getting out in case it affected the theater's business. Anyway, the bottom line is, the haunting is actually real after all. It's caused by an obstruction in the ley lines. Is there any chance this is the key to finally making some progress?
Ley line problems are pretty unexceptional to me by this point. And while it certainly offers an explanation for the ghosts, it's hard to imagine what connection it could have to...
Some of the language that appears at the very end of the report caught my eye. Angel. My area of research doesn't touch on any of that, so it's completely outside of my wheelhouse. Huh? A piece of paper just fell out from the report. It landed right by your feet. How unnerving. It was tucked inside the report, so it must be a note left by the author. Death is near. Is that supposed to be... But if so, how did the author foresee it?
Maybe things are more complicated than we...
No, wait a second. If we take the report and the note at face value, the report definitively concludes that the hauntings in the theater are harmless and cannot affect the real world. The question is, what exactly does the note mean by death? The various ways we could... If we take all this together, it's not impossible, is it?
Oh, I beg to differ. This sounds to me like a product of a researcher's vivid imagination. And perhaps it's because I'm still viewing this through the...
Does it really sound that far-fetched? Alright, well, let's treat that as speculation for now. I do agree with...
Good. Okay, now that we finally have some meaningful leads, I think it's time to reconvene. So, that's about everything we've done. I'll share my theory first. Based on what we've learned from the logbook, I believe the extra person... If the killer had simply bought a ticket, it would have greatly increased the risk of their identity. I expect he or she either hid in the theater ahead of time, or found a way to slip past the ticket inspection. They then blended in...
What about the note found in the investigation?
The killer may have simply planted it there as some sort of sick joke. I've seen my fair share of psychopathic killers.
So, it has nothing to do with the haunting of the theater after all.
This theory makes sense to me. If we have an audience member unaccounted for, chances are they didn't come here to watch the show.
Could it really be that simple?
So, in other words, all we have to do is find out who got in here without a ticket, and all our Then let me make one thing clear. All the theater staff should be well aware that I came here for the rehearsal legitimate.
It's true. I hear you used every trick in the book to get a hold of that ticket, too.
I most certainly...
Probably a stupid question, but I might as well ask. Did anyone... Guess it was naive of me to expect that...
Especially after the unprompted Lelik reveal. Once was already a miracle. Twice would be...
I don't believe any of us here knew Shram before all this. If no one can verify... Mr. Shram, did you really go through the...
Huh? Me? Why am I being singled out, my friend?
It's not that you stand out as suspicious, more that everyone else has been ruled.
Okay. Well, we spent the best part of 2 days together now, so I'm sure you can all tell what kind of person...
Yeah, I have no doubt that you're a good person. But the problem is, although, actually, what was it you said last night? Yeah, you're friends with that Last time I checked, there were barely any of us remaining in Snezhnaya, since most of the water imps left. And I suppose it's also kind of a way for everyone else to get to...
Good grief. Are you blushing? Pull yourself together, man. Stop giggling like a teenage boy. It's revolting.
Hey, Revolting is a little strong. All right, I was just the bodyguard hired by our family. But the stars must have aligned, because sparks began to fly between me and their daughter.
We don't need details. Just get...
Okay. I'm just a little hesitant to reveal her name, that's all. Even with me to protect her. If word gets out that she's dating a human, both the Fae and human factions will give her a hard time.
Really? Wait, no.
Huh? Shram.
Why is everyone looking at me like that?
Delicate times.
Yes? You know, the Civil War?
If I'm not mistaken, the last significant civil war in Snezhnayan history was over 400 years ago. When Her Majesty the Tsar...
What do you mean?
What's going on here? Is Shram from the...
All right, Mr. Mitya, you win this round. As far-fetched as it is.
I'm just as amazed as you are. I didn't even believe it myself, to be...
Is someone going to explain what's going on here?
From the look on your face, you figured it out too, haven't you?
That seems to be the case. Shram's the extra person, but there's no way of learning... Vodyanitsa's private letter touches upon the history of the Water Imp aristocracy's exile, but reveals nothing about Shram's identity. No, the truth lies within the clue. The theater's ley lines have been modified to block souls within its grounds from returning to them. Mr. Shram's statement proves he is from Hunt, and according to the investigation report on the theater hauntings, Mr. Shram... That's not it. For some unknown reason, the soul that has been wandering... Yeah. That must be the immediate... The death of those victims is an irrefutable... The contents of the investigation report have been verified. Death is near. That must mean that there's a...
Yeah, the logic is clear now. The investigation report said that there would be souls stuck wandering around. Mr. Shram must be one such soul who died in the theater a long time ago. In which case, So when the note said death is near, it must have been referring to death as in the deceased. People who died a long time ago.
Someone who died.
In short, there's a dead person among us. The extra person we...
You mean I'm a ghost? No. Don't make jokes like... But even if I was dead, I know for a fact I didn't kill anyone these past 2 nights.
Yeah, even if all that's true, the report also said the souls inside the theater can't affect reality.
Then what if the problem isn't that the ley lines have a powerful ability to attract and devour souls? Let's say that the ley lines are like a black hole, constantly seeking to engulf souls. But the souls that don't want to return are trying to avoid being sucked in.
Why does this analogy sound so...
What happens when the black hole can't achieve its goal? I'm only speculating here, but what if it ended up swallowing innocent souls by mistake?
Or that could explain why we weren't able to determine a cause of death. If you're right, and their souls were devoured by the ley lines.
It does seem to explain a lot of the things we couldn't make sense of.
Except there's no concrete evidence. Mitya's relying on a lot of... Still, it seems like the best explanation we have.
Alright, so how could Shram not know that he's dead? Seems a little unlikely that he hasn't noticed.
On the contrary, it's perfectly normal for a soul to wander the theater for centuries without questioning their existence or reason for being there.
You know what, Mr. Brainiac? I think you might actually be... I'm trying to remember and... Even though my head feels like it's going to explode, I was the one who didn't want to remember my own death. So I forced...
Well, I'm sure those are...
My lady and I snuck out to go on a date one day. We bought tickets for the theater. It wasn't really my thing, but I was just happy to be together. All of a sudden, a group of people burst into the theater, shouting for all the water imps to get out. Performers and audience members included. It was clear the conflict between humans and Fae had reached a boiling point. This time, the extremists were even coming after the water imps who had nothing to... I thought I could pull one over on them. So I took off my jacket, draped it over my lady, and tried to sneak out amid the chaos. But I got caught. They started shouting, calling me a... But I was going to do whatever it took to buy our chance to escape. No matter how many people stood in my way. I had to. Both as their bodyguard. And out of love.
It's all right, friend. You can stop there if you want.
It's just... Even now, If I'd known I was a dead man walking, I wouldn't have dragged you down with me. If I'm the cause of all this death, then...
But...
No. I refuse to be a burden. I know what I have to do. I guess it's high time I got a breath of fresh air. Out there, I mean.
Mr. Schramm, I'm sure we can figure out a different course of action.
My good sir. We both know I'm not supposed to be here. I should have accepted my death long ago. One way or...
No. I'm speaking on a personal level this time.
Let it go, man. Oh. Wait. One last thing. Miss Water Imp. My lover.
Ozarova. Oh! Auntie Ozarova! That's what we all called her. I remember her as a very kind elder.
I'm so glad she survived. As long as she went on to be happy, that's all that matters. Besides, I'm dead. My soul's been wandering around. There's no need to see me off, my friends. I've enjoyed our time together over these past...
Take care.
I knew Mr. Schramm was already dead, but...
Death is cruel, no matter how we might try to make sense of it.
So, was the conflict between Fae and humans really that bad back then? I was only little, so I don't remember. Even the historical records about that time period don't say much about it. All people know is that the Tsaritsa founded the Fatui, drove out most of the Fae aristocracy without explanation, then used her terrifying power to suppress the humans.
It seems to me like the Tsaritsa chose to make herself the enemy. She downplayed the conflict, directing whatever animosity both... That's also why, despite how brutal the conflict was at the time, there hasn't been much lingering tension between humans and Fae since.
So, the Tsaritsa banished the Fae to protect the Fae living in the city?
Maybe it's not quite as bad as it sounds. I don't think Her Majesty is too concerned if mortals hate her or not. And besides...
All this time, I had...
Alright. If Mitya's theory is correct, then I think we can consider this matter settled. Let's all take a break.
Ugh, if only this blasted storm would...
Looks like now we can just rest until the snowstorms. I still can't believe Schramm turned out to be a ghost who'd been in the theater for hundreds of years.
Knock knock.
Huh?
Knock knock.
You know the door isn't closed, right?
You think of it as a signal then. When I'm entering someone else's room and I knock, I'm here as Odette. If I don't knock, it's Lelik. Thanks.
So, why did you come to find me? Is there some—
Vodyanitsa said you knew about my secret identity from the— But when everyone was discussing who Lelik could be, you were worried that revealing what you knew would be unfair to me, so you kept it to yourself. Yes, I'm extremely—
It's nothing. I mean, you didn't hold what happened with Signora against me, so
Actually, there's something else as well. I found myself in a situation similar to the one you were in when you— So I thought I'd come and ask you for advice. It's about Mitya. Before all of this, the last time I saw him, he was dead. As I'm sure you know, my goal as Lelik was to stop Project Stuja. Well, when I found out the tech lead for the experiment behind Project Stuja was Mitya, I immediately started planning to track him down and threaten him. I often saw him around the theater, but I soon concluded that making my move there would risk so I decided to infiltrate the Armory Palace and go directly to his lab. That way, the threat would be much more effective. Well, I suppose there was a bit of luck involved. But I am a fatu— But when I finally made it to his lab, Mitya seemed to be dead. I checked his breathing and his pulse. He had no vital signs whatsoever. I'm certain of— I thought maybe another anti-Project Stuja activist had beaten me to it, and chosen—
That's why you were so on guard around Mitya that first night here.
Yes. When I saw him sitting in the audience during the performance, I could barely contain the shock. To me, it was a miracle. Somehow, he'd come back from the dead. But then, the murders started happening and things got— That is, until Mitya himself said there must be a dead person among us.
And yet, you thought that bringing it up right away would single Mitya out. Just like when everyone was suspecting Lelik.
Exactly. I thought there could— Besides, we soon figured out that Mr. Schramm was a ghost. And we knew there was only one extra person. So we thought he had to—
But now, it seems like there's another— I understand why you kept it to yourself. There was so much information being thrown around during that discussion. Bringing up Mitya would have just introduced more confusion.
So, what do you think we should do?
Let me confirm one thing first. When was it?
Around a week ago. Sometime in the afternoon.
A week ago? That's earlier than I thought. I saw him just a few days ago at a restaurant. That definitely would have been— He seemed completely normal to me. Chatting with Vodyanitsa, trying to avoid Valer—
So he was definitely alive on that day. Huh.
Here's a thought. The reason we even suspected a dead person could be among us was because of the problem with the theater's ley lines, but Mitya's death happened inside the Armory Palace. The ley lines affecting the theater—
You're right. I guess he doesn't fit the profile of the—
I think the chances of it being him are very low. Surely he can't have died for real in the Armory Palace. Unless—
Unless what?
Unless he really did come back from the dead.
You're right. Do you think we need to disclose this to the other—
Huh, what's this? A private meet and greet? Where do I line up?
That's not what's going on.
Well, I was just making the rounds. Thought I'd try to lighten the mood a bit. Vodyanitsa—
What is going on with this storm? Could it be connected to that monster that just arrived in Snezh?
I almost hope it is. Her Majesty the Tsaritsa left to vanquish that beast herself.
Do you think people still feel the cold after they die? I'm wondering about Schramm. Oh, maybe we should have given him a coat.
Death itself is cold. isn't it? I'm sure this.
Well, I hope he has a safe journey. I'm going to miss him, I think. It's not like we can blame thinking back on it. We barely made it out alive ourselves. Once we get out of here, how are we going to explain what happened to their families?
Are you okay? Here,
Look who's Mr. Nice Guy all of a sudden. Is it because Tonya stood up for you this morning?
Yeah, without Tonya, who knows how badly he would have been hurt.
I told you already, I never intended to resort to violence.
bunch of rascals. Little girl? I was rather surprised when you spoke up for me this morning.
Oh, no need to thank me.
I've been too embarrassed to admit it, but so kind to everyone. But never lets her old man off the hook. Unless my wife and I are having, especially when she was little. Every time I took her... All right, easy now. How...
I don't know.
Are you taking anything for...
Yeah. I'll be fine once I see my brother. He's gonna pick some frost fairy flower leaves and brew a tonic for me.
I see.
We should probably discuss arrangements for tonight. Now that the deceased has left our midst, there shouldn't be any more incidents. However, out of an abundance of caution...
Shouldn't we take shifts?
No need. I managed to get a nap in earlier, so I have plenty of energy right now. After all the tension of the past few days, everyone else should just...
What a long day. This whole situation turned out to be way more complicated than But Valeri's right. I should just try to calm down and get some rest. The last thing I want is to give
He's awake. He's awake!
If you must call me something, call me Mr. Door. The Black Mist is coming. You need to go.
Are you all right? Can you walk? We just got attacked by monsters on our way up. That Mr. Door fellow he just seemed to come out of nowhere. Not much of a talker, but when it comes to taking down monsters, that man doesn't hold back. Curses! The Black Mist is catching up to us. We need... Mr. Door, I don't believe I've ever seen you around here before. Why is that?
There's no need to try to get to know me. I'm just...
Mr. Door! Looking for trouble! Get rid of them!
I can just push these ones off.
Oh, well, anyway, we're lucky to have you here. Thanks for saving us earlier.
No need to thank me. This is where my duty lies.
So we're doing this the hard way.
This.
Piercing ice.
Oh, remarkable work, Mr. Door. If I had your muscles, I'd do the same. Are none of these doors the one you're looking for?
No.
Impossible.
I'm so exhausted. Wait, look! There's more monsters down there. Are they coming from within the Black Mist? No! They're gaining on us. Quick, keep going, or they'll be at our heels any second. Mr. Door, what are you doing? We need to get...
Found it. This is my door.
What?
I am a door. This is where my duty lies.
No! You saved us. We can't leave you behind.
You must keep going. A door can only keep things out for so long. You must make haste.
Oh, you're right. Let's go! The black mist isn't moving anymore. Looks like both the monsters and Mr. Door. I didn't just imagine all that, did I? Surely I wasn't so scared out of my mind that I hallucinated. Oh, okay, good. There's no way we both... Getting sleepy? Well, looks like we're...
What time is it? I guess everyone's still asleep? These past 2 days have been exhausting. Valeri's keeping watch, though. Valeri?
Wake up! Everyone needs to wake.
Just like the last 2 nights. No clear cause of death. I've been a real thorn in your side, haven't I, Mr. Valeri? But for me, life will be all the duller for not having to run.
How's Tonya?
I just checked on her, and it doesn't seem like anything serious. She's just exhausted from the past couple of days, and she's still recovering from her illness.
That means Valeri was the only one who died last.
If Valeri was awake and keeping watch, it would have been impossible to kill him without waking everyone else up. That much is...
This is so frustrating. Why has nothing changed since yesterday?
Actually, one thing has changed. There's only one victim this time, not 2. Just...
After the deceased Shram left, there was one less victim last night. It's a reasonable conclusion. The number of people who die each night is equivalent to the number of dead among us.
Exactly. We identified Mr. Shram, and the night after he left, the death toll dropped from 2. By that logic, there must be one more dead person left among us.
Another one? But there was only one person unaccounted for in the tick.
Having an extra person was definitely a cause for alarm, but being one person short isn't nearly as unusual. Someone could have left in the middle of the show, or made it out before the storm.
One more dead person among us. If Mitya's theory is right, that it's just, at the time, we had no... If only we'd taken it more seriously.
I'm sorry. This is my fault. I had information that could have been helpful, but...
I'm partly to blame as well. I was too quick to dismiss Odette's concern.
What is this about? What have you two been getting up to behind my back?
Sounds like there's some big news you've been keeping from the rest of us. That's...
Odette and I talked about it yesterday, but we thought it just wasn't possible, so we left it at that.
Yeah, I don't blame you. If I'd been there, I probably would have reached the same conclusion. It just sounds too unbelievable. Let me just try and verify this. I just scoured my memories trying to think back to the afternoon Miss Odette mentioned, but I honestly have no recollection of dying. That's where I'm different.
Having seen Mr. Mitya a few days ago myself,
Well, if it isn't Mitya, then who? Do we vote?
If you don't mind me asking, Traveler, I believe you mentioned that you know Tonya's brother. Had you ever met her before all?
No, never. Wait.
Now just 1 minute. I know where this is going. You can't just randomly point a finger at you're in the hot seat, and all of a sudden you want to divert our suspicions onto somebody else?
Trying to pick a fight, Mr. Chuganov? Whenever you open your mouth, all you do is attack people, and I've had enough of it.
You little...
Did Mitya ask about Tonya because he suspects her? I suppose I only identified her by age, and nothing else.
I'm just saying, you're going around casting suspicion on people for no reason. I can vouch for her, if nothing else. I've seen her before. She's the sister of that,
Oh, really? You're telling the truth?
Since being here, I don't think I ever mentioned she was Child's sister specific.
If Chuganov can vouch for her, then it can't be Tonya either. In which case, it seems unlikely that there's another dead person. Miss Odette, could you go over that afternoon with me one more time? When you found...
No problem.
No matter how hard I try, I just can't remember anything about dying. Miss Vojanitsa, during our last meal together, I told you how some of the researchers were suffering from temporary memory loss. Do you
Oh, yeah. You said it was hindering the progress of your
Right. And even though I don't remember dying that day, I'm pretty sure I experienced something like amnesia. Some of my memories from that afternoon are...
Are you suggesting you're missing the memory of...
Of course. How am I only just realizing this? Humans aren't necessarily aware...
You mean being silently assassinated, or dying in your sleep? Situation...
The researcher's amnesia. Suddenly it all makes... I must thank you, Odette. I think your perspective just helped me reach a breakthrough on a series of issues. All right. It's decided then.
Oh, leave! Hey, wait a minute! Aren't you rushing into this?
Come on, kid. Aren't you gonna fight for your life? This seems like a...
I have other reasons beyond what's been discussed. In fact, I remember during Miss Odette's performance, while I was sitting in the audience stalls, a brilliant new idea for my research popped into my mind. But I can't remember it now at all, and I didn't take any notes. I guess that must be another instance of temporary amnesia.
No. Hold on. I see where you're going with this. You're suggesting that there's a glaringly obvious flaw in that idea, no? How can one person die so many times?
I believe Miss Odette's account. During the period where my memory is blank, I must have been either dead or in a similar state. All it would take is for the same thing to happen in the theater, and I would come under the effect of the ley lines in this vicinity. This increases the likelihood of me being the deceased, does it not?
But...
There's no evidence to suggest that anyone other than me is a candidate for the deceased. So allow me, as a scientist, to please relax, everyone. I don't think things are as bad as they may seem. If I really am the deceased, then if, on the other hand, I'm still alive right now, well, apparently you've all witnessed my resurrection recently anyway.
Mitya's right. This is the only thing we can try right now. I think he's deliberately downplaying the gravity of the situation.
What is a scientist if not someone who gambles on experiment after experiment in an attempt to obtain the truth? With this snowstorm, the ley line phenomenon, ghosts of the dead, and my amnesia... But if I do get resurrected, you can be sure that I'll come back with the truth of all this. Just you...
Poor Mr. Mitya.
Maybe it's a good thing that you weren't there to see it. It was a hard thing to watch.
I hate goodbyes. Why does it feel like everyone around me is...
Maybe it's the realization that, at the end of life, come to think of it, the main reason we're still alive right now is pure luck. Each morning here, you could take it a step further and say that the same is true outside too. If I make it out of here, I'm going to cherish every moment that I'm alive.
Without regrets, I feel like a strange sense of anxiety has been quietly growing.
Are you okay?
If something's bugging you, let's talk about it. There's only a few of us left here.
I have a travel companion named Paimon. Alosha and Odette have met her before.
You're worried about her, aren't you? That makes...
To be honest, I used to feel like I was just a spectator in this world, watching everything that... But with Paimon by my side, over time, I slowly felt my connection to this world. She loves eating, sleeping, and having fun, but she's also a great guide. Over the last few days that we've been apart, I've often caught myself wondering. But by the time I snap out of it, the conversation has already moved on. I'm trying to overcome this sense of detachment, but I really miss Paimon. I get...
I bet she misses you when you're not.
I don't know if this will make you feel any better, but back when the water imps left Snezhnograd and drove, I could be surrounded by people, all smiling and having fun. Later on, I started to think, maybe accepting the fact that our loved ones won't all we can do is cherish their companion. So, once we get out of here, you better hurry back to our side as fast as you can.
Thank you.
But Vodyanitsa, if you hate goodbyes too...
That's just the choice I made. I used to regret it, like I said before. Singing is a water imp's primary mode of expression. It's how our songs have echoed through this theater for hundreds of years. Each one is... But does a story exist without someone to read it? To me, so I made the choice to stay. That way, there would still be someone left to sing.
Could you teach me how to understand your people's songs sometime? I want to be able to truly hear them, like Mr. Schramm.
A fan after my own heart. Thank you, Tonya.
Okay. I've never heard that one before. I feel like I can hear a sense of longing somehow. I wonder why that is.
Color me impressed, Tonya. You're a keen listener. Most people can only tell if a song is happy or sad. I didn't think you'd be able to pick up. I've actually never performed this song in the theater before, because it means something like, may those we have lost watch over us, and follow this song back home in the night.
No wonder I could hear that sense of longing. You sing it for loved ones who have passed.
It's getting late, Tonya, and you're not well. We should all turn in early. I suppose...
Okay, but,
Of course! Anything for my...
Once I get out of here, I definitely don't plan on ever coming back. But I guess that means I'll never get to hear Vodyanitsa sing again. Before I fall asleep, I should cherish this moment of... It's so dark in here, and I feel kind of... Huh? What was that?
Return, O spirits, Fulfill your oath of protection.
I'm alive.
No time for questions. Quick, over here. Turn on the switch. Alright, we're safe. The spirit just now is called Night Prayer. The light subdues her, but she'll attack without a second thought in the dark. Sort of. I know it's hard, but you can't let this place go dark, or she'll kill you again. Yep. Luckily, I was here to resurrect you. Otherwise, that'd have been a real...
A bit more than a bummer, I'd say.
Sure I do. I'm your guardian spirit, after all. I specialize in soul recall. Oh, it's nice to meet you, but...
Thanks. It's nice...
Alright, there's no time to waste. The black mist is already catching up. We need to avoid it at Night Prayer at all... We need to reach the next switch before the place gets too dark. If we bring the light back, Night Prayer won't be able to get to us. Sweet, sweet light! It's back! Shh! It's Night Prayer. We need to move quick, but don't let her notice you. Look out! The next switch is... over there! Prayer is here too. This can't be the only path. Let's head up there and take a look. The switch is just up ahead. Hurry! It's too dark. We're not gonna make it. Traveler! I won't let you die like this.
Even though it's not permanent, dying is definitely not a pleasant...
Great. You're back.
Yeah.
Time for you to get out of here.
What about you? You're not coming...
I can't. I've already been used up. A guardian spirit's skills are finite. I can only rest. I might not look any different, but my essence has been exhausted. I can go no further. The black mist is where I...
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Because it wouldn't have changed anything. That knowledge would have just burdened you.
But...
Go. Now, before it's too...
What do you need, sir?
Well, I guess there's no need to
This wasn't supposed to happen. You lied to us, didn't you, Chugano?
I Take a long, hard look at yourself before you... I suspected you on day one, Lelik, and now look where we are. By some strange coincidence, you've never been targeted. You just happen to have survived this long? No. And you, little hunter, ever so content with staying on the sidelines. Yet, you were the one who stopped us from leaving from the start! What?
Now you're just lashing out indiscriminately. That's either a sign of anxiety. Where was all this passion and bravado before? Decided to fight until the bitter end. Is that it?
Is that a threat? Fine, bring it on! You think I'm afraid to die after all this?
After all the trauma of the past few days, everyone's been pushed to the breaking point. Valeria and Mitya aren't here anymore. Someone else needs to step up and take charge. But first, I need to think this through. Considering everyone left, of those who remain, the only person we've never met before is Tonya. People are easily misled by first impressions. Now that I think about it, Child's sister was in fact a label I imposed, but Mr. Chuganov vouched for Tonya's identity yesterday. Tonya, how's Tusser been lately?
Tusser?
Your brother Ajax must have mentioned me in his letters home, right? Did he say anything about a blonde traveler?
No. And my brother's name is Razik, not Ajax.
Oh.
Chuganov. Looks like it's your turn to do some explain.
I knew you were behind this, Chuganov. You've been... Everything about you is fake. Down to the wife and daughter you're always talking about. That night, when I infiltrated your place as Lelik, I noticed you were home alone. Didn't think much of it at the time, but thinking back on it now, that doesn't seem very likely.
Even that was a lie?
Curses! Oh, why is there no end to this blast?
I think I remember now. The reason I'm always coughing is because I got sick with frostbite. The locals usually... It's not a very common illness. It's partly genetic and partly caused by the cold climate. But after a while, I felt myself growing weaker. And so one day, I told my brother that I wanted him to take me outside for once, so things could be like... He agreed. He snuck me out of the house. We got to the theater, bought tickets, and went inside.
Oh.
When I woke up, I couldn't find my brother, but there's no way he'd leave me behind. So I decided... Tonya, it's... Yeah, I know. I understand now. After all of that, it turns out I can't blame my brother I'm sorry, everyone. I realized this much too late.
Your name probably isn't even Tonya, is it? Didn't that ever strike you as odd over the last few...
Well, when I was little, my brother and I read a storybook. When we escaped from the hospital, our family and the hospital security... So when you first approached me and said my brother had sent you, and called... I thought he must have chosen a fake name that only the two of us would know. Because he was afraid of... At least your memory of death isn't painful. Now it's your turn, Chuganov. Talk to us.
You're right. I was lying. I happen to know that the Harbor... And... yes, the truth of the matter is... I lost them. A long time ago. My daughter's name was Iskra. And before you ask, yes, Iskra. She also died from the snow cough. She was just 6 years old after Iskra passed. My wife couldn't bear to face those memories either. One day when I came home from work and saw the empty room, I soon discovered that this was the only thing that made me feel...
Nothing more than a pathetic means of escapism, I know. So explain your false testimony, then.
The night before last, when I was chatting with Tonya, she mentioned that her brother would brew medicine for her from Frost Fairy Flower Leaf. Combined with her various symptoms, I suddenly understood the snow cough used to be an incurable illness. I would pick frost fairy flower leaves to brew medicine for Isk, but the year after my daughter passed away, the jester of the Fatui announced that a cure for frost blight, also known as the snow cough, had finally been developed. It turned out that all previous treatments were completely ineffective. No better than random concoct. That was the final straw for me. I just couldn't take it anymore. So, more than anyone, I know full well that in this day and age, no poor Miss Tonya, therefore, had to have been from an era when snow cough.
So, you projected your daughter onto her? Even though you knew she was one of the dead?
That doesn't make any sense. You knew she was already dead.
I just don't believe in your crackpot theories. How can you just declare a living person dead and throw them out into that snowstorm? Nitia's gone. My good buddy Shram's gone. And now it's Tonya's turn. The others I can make my peace with. But little Miss Tonya, here she is, standing right in front of us. I just want her to live. Once this snowstorm is over, the very moment it stops, I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you cast her out into the snowstorm before. Not again! Not this time! Not when the cure is right within our grasp!
Mr. Chuganov, stop. By the sounds of it, you've known I was dead since the night. I really liked Mr. Valeri, Mr. Mitya, and Miss Vodoyanitsa. I'm not happy about that. The reality is, you've been trying to fight your own—
No! Listen to me.
Well, at this point, I'm quite sure that I'm dead. I don't need to be saved. Despite all the bad things that kept happening, I got to meet so many since the day I escaped that hospital until now. I'm very fond of you all. If it were only possible, I'd trade my soul to— And that's why I'm not fond of you at all, Mr. Chuganov. It's them that you owe an apology to, sir. Well then, I suppose this is it.
You're leaving already? It's still early.
No thank you. My name is Patashka. It was nice meeting you all. Feels strange that we're only being properly introduced now that it's time to say—
Tashka?
What are you doing, Chuganov? Are you crazy?
Let me leave.
In your dreams. Don't think you're getting off that easy when you had a hand in the deaths of so many people. The Fatui have honed quite an array of enhanced interrogation techniques since they were founded. Once we're— I think we should leave. I doubt this snowstorm is ever going to stop. For all we know, this storm might have destroyed all of—
Wait, we finally solved the mystery of the haunted theater today. Maybe let's at least try—
Fair enough. I don't particularly feel like—
And yet you won't let me die first.
Hey, Chuganov, on a serious note, if we do make it out of here, you should close down that—
Is this really the time to be discussed? All right, fine.
Am I hearing things? Or— There it is again. But I don't understand. The snowstorm hasn't stopped, has it?
Should we open the door?
Is this it? Is this— If the last few days are anything to go by, I probably— Whatever lies beyond that door at this moment.
Hey everyone, I'm back.
How are you doing? Feeling—
Much better, thanks. Whew, it is so good to have you guys here. Let me see. Tonya and Vodyanitsa are missing. Vodyanitsa died last night. And then you discovered that Tonya was the...
Not Tonya. Pitat.
First, tell us how you made it back here. Given the conditions outside, no one should...
You're right. The thing that got me back safely was... a song. I heard someone singing. After walking into the snowstorm, my mind grew hazy. I don't know how long I walked through the storm before my mind completely slipped away. Then, suddenly, I heard the sound of singing. The voice instantly brought me back to my senses, and I regained consciousness. So I followed the voice, searching for the source of the singing. I searched and searched, until finally, just a few moments...
I've actually never performed this song in the theater before. Because it has more of a ceremonial purpose. It means something like, "May those we have lost watch over us, and follow this..."
That must have been Vodyanitsa's requiem.
That song is meant to guide the souls of the dead. Mitya.
Huh. No kidding. Seemed like I guessed right. When I first stepped out of the theater, I was still quite lucid. My memory of it is still pretty intact. I remember the outside world being completely different than what I'd expected. It was like this was a world where only the... I don't know how else to describe it, except to say that... And as for the Requiem, if I was guided here by Vodyanitsa's song, it can only mean that I must already be dead. But I didn't experience a clear moment of death while I was out there. Nor do I feel any different now than before I walked into the snowstorm.
You don't seem any different to me either. In fact, this is something I've been wondering about for a while now. Both Shram and Patoshka were clearly deceased, and yet their souls didn't look or feel like ghosts at all.
This raises a truly terrible thought. Is that really what Mitya is suggesting? Mitya's soul was summoned back by the Requiem, confirming that he is indeed already dead. And yet, of course, if even the long-deceased like Mr. Shram can blend in with us then maybe we've all been dead from the very start. And all of us...
Yes. I think that...
What did you say?
You heard me. We died in the theater. All of us did. But due to an obstruction in the theater's ley lines, our souls are trapped here. It's ironic, really. All that time, we were working so hard to figure out who the deceased among us were, when the truth was, we were all deceased. Do you remember that note, "Death is near"? Seems like we misunderstood what it meant. Death was nearer than we wanted to think all along. The note simply meant that all of us...
So all our attempts to survive, our search for the deceased...
Hard to say. At the very least, we helped 2 lost souls find clarity and go to where they belong. The presence of those 2 is probably what caused our souls to be drawn in by the ley lines. In which case, the deaths we've awoken to over the past few days were just souls returning to the ley lines for good.
If what you're saying is true, doesn't that make us the... no wonder. This afternoon, when I was moving Vodyanitsa's body, I noticed that the other bodies in the room hadn't decayed one bit after all...
That's further proof that those aren't physical bodies at all, but merely our shells here in the afterlife.
Am I really dead? No, that's impossible.
I still find it hard to believe that all of us are dead. How exactly did we die in the real world? None of us have...
Not even knowing how we died is preposterous.
Exactly. It's hard to rest in peace when you don't even know how you died. It gave me lots to think about as I strode out into the snowstorm. I racked my brains trying to remember the cause of my death, the exact moment I died, the root of all of... Wait. Hold on. Right before I lost consciousness, I think I saw... I can't remember. And I think I lost my notebook.
Mitya, your hand.
Huh? You're right. There's blood on the fingertips of my right hand. Looks like it's already dried. When did that happen? What the? I guess this was what I saw. What's wrong? Do you recognize the symbol?
It's Renova. Huh? Alosha, do you still remember that Snezhnayan folktale you told me about? It was about the Grim Reaper. When someone's about to die, he appears as an incarnation of someone, and as soon as you recognize his face...
I heard a similar tale when I was little. You think the Grim Reaper in this story refers to the ruler of death you met?
That's right. In which case, death is near could also mean that the Grim Reaper is here disguised in a familiar form.
Death, the deceased. When I first saw this note, I thought it contradicted the investigation report. But now it seems...
So the Grim Reaper deliberately misled us. Then, we started suspecting each other and searched for the
By that logic, the one person most likely to be the... Identifying the Grim Reaper is a major decision to make. No doubt about it. It's Alosha. Looking back at how everyone has acted over the past few days. Is it you, Alosha? You were the first to discover the investigation report, and you had plenty of time to slip the note.
So? Surely you can't suspect me based on that alone. What if someone else found the investigation report first, slipped the note inside, and then put it back without...
There's no denying it. The note could easily have been slipped...
That's not all. I've also noticed that although on the surface, Valeri, Mitya, and sometimes I... Looking back now, even though you didn't say much, you were...
What do you mean?
You were the one who emphasized how dangerous it was outside and insisted we all stay here. It was also you who suggested that we all sleep, and earlier today, you tried to convince Patashka to stay. I don't understand why, but it was out of character.
So, you didn't understand my intentions, and now you're assuming the worst.
He still won't admit it. Fine. Let's see how he responds to the most damning...
The biggest question I have right now is... if the Grim Reaper is impersonating Alosha...
No. The ruler of death would have needed to control how everything unfolded from the start. She wouldn't have infiltrated... That's right. This right at the start. Before any victims had even emerged, Alosha was switched. When all this began, right after the performance ended and the snowstorm began to pick up, no one suspected anything unusual. It wasn't until we discovered the bodies the morning after that we realized something out of the ordinary was good. But it's clear now that the oddities actually started earlier than that, when Dimov walked into the snowstorm and never...
Right. So Mr. Dimov was the first victim, not Sobolova and
And if we pinpoint that moment as the beginning of this incident, then one thing becomes... Alosha, you are the only person who walked into the snowstorm and came back without the help of Vodianit.
More precisely, Alosha never came back at all.
Not bad. Well, since you've backed me into a corner, I suppose there's...
Alosha?
You're the Grim Reaper?
I am no such tired cliché. Mortals should address me as the ruler of death. Before being wiped out for good, you identified the two deceased, and even sensed my presence.
I heard you can ferry souls. Those deaths each night. Were they your doing?
Your initial conclusion was correct. Due to the existence of the two deceased, The ley lines yearned to reap. Every night they devoured an equal number of souls to fill the void. This required no intervention from me. Here, take a look.
What are you doing?
That takes care of today's too. Don't get so worked up. You are already dead, and your souls must be—
I know we're already dead. You murdered us, didn't—
Murdered? No. Murder is when mortals usurp my authority. Death is my jurisdiction. If I require someone to die, you simply met the criteria to trigger my curse of death.
I know about the curse of immortality. So there's another— You cursed us? When?
So often, humans pray to me, begging to know when their death will come, and what form it will take. But few people ask why. If you must have an answer, know that death comes—
So you're not gonna tell us the truth?
Hold your tongue. By all rights, you shouldn't even be— Those angels from the past are to blame for the reckless renovation of the ley lines here. It's made my work on this—
Work? So trapping us here, making us watch our friends die—
You clearly have a lot of questions. Fine. As a reward for your remarkable accomplishment, after the physical body dies, the soul must return to the ley lines for that person's— My work encompasses the entire process of death, including, naturally, the guide. You must also be rather familiar with Natlan's Night Kingdom, I presume? It was I who supported the creation of the Night Kingdom. Here, too, the ley lines connected to the theater underwent some modifications. The angels hoped to make them, but this actually hindered their ability to accept order. This effect manifested itself after you died from the curse in the theater, leaving you stranded in the afterlife, unable to achieve a complete death. But if souls who die from the curse of death fail to return to the ley lines within a short window of time, then they will remain forever suspended between life and death, no longer subject to the authorities of either.
So if you don't resolve this matter soon, and see all our souls return to the ley lines before long, we'll escape your
Mitya is sharp. This must be what Renova was worried might happen, and the reason she got involved to begin with. But if you have the authority to guide souls, why didn't you just show yourself and get it over with? Why hide among us in the form of a—
You seek to understand the mind of a god. This is a theater, and I decided I wanted to watch a show about death. That's why I encouraged you to take the events to the stage. I found myself getting quite immersed. I suppose the entertainment you provided makes up for all the trouble you've caused me by being so defiant in the face of death. There.
Can't say I am.
Really? But it fits the stereotypes you humans have about gods.
Just moments ago, you were complaining about how infuriatingly complicated your work here has been. Work is work, I get it. There are times when it's a huge pain, but you just have to get it done.
That's a rather unique perspective for a human. You are in fact correct. Due to the obstruction in the theater's ley lines, there is a hard limit on the number of souls they can receive each day, making it impossible for me to fare. Revealing my identity too soon would inevitably have led to futile resistance. And there was a risk that any soul— Then there was the issue of the 2 lost souls you called the deceased. The way you resolved that quandary—
That's what I don't understand. If all of us were souls of the dead, what made their presence among us special?
For centuries, they have refused to return to the ley lines, exploiting the issues created. Centuries of obsession accumulated during this process. You may think of this obsession as the resentment of the dead, and in this quantity, it reached the point where I could not afford to leave it unchecked. But the only way to fix it was to help them acknowledge their own deaths. Only then, with my guidance, could they finally return to the ley lines. Otherwise, you would not like to know what the consequences would have been.
I vaguely remember seeing Batashka, but in the most terrifying form. Was that in a dream?
I see your dreams brought you many revelations. So you see, death in fact grants wisdom to mortals. Souls connect to all things in the world. Anyway, giving psychological counseling to... that is more of an angel's role. It was something I could not resolve directly using my authority, so I decided it was easier to leave. Meanwhile, of course, their presence caused the souls of other members of your party to return to the ley lines each night. From where I stand, that was as both issues slowly resolved one another without me having to lift a finger. All I had to do was stay close by and keep the situation under... And, of course, while I was at it, I thoroughly enjoyed watching this drama, dealing with...
Sounds like you had it all figured out, Grim Reaper. I just did the math. You said there's a hard limit to the number of souls the ley lines here can receive each day. It's 2.
That much is obvious, even to a...
It's time to review this whole affair. If the ley lines can only take in 2 people per day, I need to... Looking back now, none of us had the faintest idea at the time. From the moment that staff member named Demoff walked into the snowstorm, the incident had already begun. Alosha was the second to walk into the snowstorm after... During this process, the ruler of death assumed his identity. During our first night in the theater, everyone was caught up in the novelty of it all. No one could have expected there would be victims the very next morning. Despite all the confusion, and with the help of hindsight, we finally began to realize that something was amiss with the snowstorm. The ley lines devoured Torgov and Sobolova on the first night. At the time, Odette and I spoke a lot that night. 3 people were on watch, but in the morning, we discovered that someone had fallen victim all the same. The deaths of Kulish and Rampana caused everyone unexplainable phenomena occurred one after another. Later, we discovered that there seemed to be an extra person among us, and subsequently discovered the existence of the deceased. Mr. Schramm realized he was the deceased, and walked into the snowstorm. He thought it was all over. But Mr. Valeri's death was a rude awakening for everyone. A lot happened today. Mr. Valeri's death led us to discover the fact that there was more than one deceased seemed to bring us back to square one. Odette revealed some information she had been keeping to herself. Vodyanitsa was swallowed by the ley lines in her sleep. as it happened, Patoshka filled the void left by Mitya, the girl I thought was Child's sister. Come to think of it, Patoshka was about to walk into the snowstorm at that time, and Renova, unaware that Mitya would return, was concerned that her soul would overflow from the ley lines. That's why she, looking back, I suppose that was an early slip-up on her. No one could have expected anyone who walked into the snowstorm to return. But just after nightfall, Mitya returned, bringing crucial information with him. Various truths began to surface, including that all of us were already dead, and that the ruler of death was here among us. Then, after revealing her true form, Renova callously claimed 2 souls. In fact, everyone was already dead by the time we took the photo. Now, only Mitya and I remain. And the true culprit behind everything still stands before us. That covers everything.
Your work isn't finished here yet, is it? The Traveler and I are still standing here.
The Water Imp's song threw things off a little. But the ley lines have already anchored your soul, and the first ray of light tomorrow morning will take you back. I, meanwhile, need to review my attitude towards the Water Imp race.
So the reunion in the night that Vodyanitsa mentioned, I suppose that was never meant to be a permanent reunion.
That just leaves you, Traveler. My power only allows me to temporarily separate your soul from your body, and your soul is firmly anchored to your body by your will. For a descender like you, who is not bound by Tevat's rules, your death can only be brought through the most violent of means, such as directly destroying either your body or soul. I have no interest in involving myself with descenders, for now. Although, this may change if Asmodee remains
One last question then. All our struggles and sacrifices...
Death abides no reason. Besides, what you call sacrifice is merely... To me, it is nothing more than a self-indulgent charade in the face of death. Mere mortals fantasizing that their actions could reclaim something from my grasp.
Grim Reaper, you really know how to get on my nerves.
I'm not here to ingratiate myself with you. I kill merely because your deaths are necessary.
Oh, you've made that quite clear. But humans don't take well to being scorned. Not even by the gods.
This is futile. You must know that you are powerless against me in my own domain. I suggest that you save your strength.
For what? Maybe we can't change anything. But if nothing else, we can at least teach you to have some respect for the dead.
Audacious.
How are you holding up, Odette?
What happened to me?
How much do you remember?
What do you mean? Is the
Has Odette already... Mitya?
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I spaced.
Don't you remember anything?
Yeah, I remember now, comrade. Looks like we guessed just like me when Odette found me at the Armory Palace. For some reason, everyone killed by the... just with one catch. They forgot what happened.
Odette and the others have already forgotten everything. Why were you able to...
Could this be the reason? You said this is the rule...
I don't see anything.
You don't? Huh. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Does that mean I carved this symbol into my soul? What an unset... What about you, though? The ruler of death mentioned that you're a descender?
A full explanation would get complicated very quickly.
Well then, now that it's all over, let's figure out what we've learned. The first thing I notice is that everything here is precisely as we left it, right before our deaths. This confirms that time passes differently in the...
They say that right before death, time slows down, and your whole...
That must be how you know you have one foot in the afterlife by that point. Anyway, clearly the few days we spend in the afterlife... This also aligns with previous reports of widespread temporary memory loss among the Armory Palace personnel. Now it seems likely that to those unaware of the truth, dying and coming back to life must feel similar to a short bout of... This leaves me with a couple big questions. What are the conditions that trigger this so-called curse of death?
If nothing else, I think it shows that killing us wasn't her ultimate goal.
Right. This time only got complicated because of the situation with the theater's ley lines. That's why she had to approach it differently. If the previous incidents of amnesia among the researchers are anything to go by... Come to think of it, wasn't I about to note something down before I can't remember what it was, but I think it was something related to my... Sorry, Traveler. I'll catch up with you again later. Right now, I have to...
Sir, if I may, no one of your description has ever shown up, yet you two seem very familiar with each other. Could you perhaps... And, by the way, have we ever crossed paths? Forgive the presumptuousness, but I feel a vague and indescribable sense of...
I can explain everything. Could you help me gather everyone in the theater?
So, Chuganov really is going to shut down the factory. I guess this theater... So, you said I promised to take you to the Armory Palace while we were in the afterlife, yes? I believe you. I think I even have a vague memory of it. Agreed. Let's check in on her first. The whole reason for our trip to the Armory Palace...
Rise with the sun!
I'm finally back. Even though a long time has passed from my perspective, I should keep my emotions in check when I see Paimon again.
Wait. The atmosphere here feels off. Shh. Stay quiet.
Have we still not been able to notify Child yet? We need new orders. What if that person comes back again? I'm so sorry.
Tell me, what happened to
It was the Jester. He came. He's the director of the Fatui. His authority supersedes all others and cannot be questioned. There was nothing we could do.
How long ago did he leave? And what was Paimon's status?
It was about an hour ago. Miss Paimon was fast asleep at the time. The Jester simply walked off with her as if it was only natural.
Do you know where they went?
The Armory Palace, most likely. Lord Piero, the Jester, has been overseeing the experiment. I'm surprised he came in person. Whatever his reason for taking Paimon, he'll most likely return to the Armory Palace first.
Then lead the way, Odette.
Okay, let's... It's just up ahead. Quick.
No, I'll go alone. You know I'm planning to force my way in. You're with the Fatui, so you should stay outside.
I was hardly planning on taking you through the official channels anyway. I'm here to force my way in, just like you. I may be a Fatus, but I'm also Lelik. Paimon's safety is paramount right now. With me around, you'll have an extra pair of hands. There might be devices inside that are easier for an insider to...
If you say so.
Let's go. There's no time...
Hey, who are you? This part of the Armory Palace is under restricted access. What do you think you're doing?
No questions, please. We're short on time.
Shower me with praise!
One down!
I'll make short work of them.
Fear the coming storm. Where are you?
Now it's your turn.
You have a pass? Where are you coming from? So, you're intruders, huh? Then don't blame me for what happens next!
No more mistakes. Pyroclastic surge! Bring it! Didn't take too long.
The Armory Palace is hidden this deep in? This place is much bigger than I imagined.
They're conducting top-secret research, after all. The deeper it's hidden, the better, is standard Fatui logic.
The style doesn't really look like the Fatui's handiwork, though.
They must have requisitioned some structures from a past civilization.
Looks like we're in for a tough... Intruders! Stay alert!
Together.
Back to it. Back to it.
Time to shine! Yoo-hoo!
Letting great beings echo!
Intruders? Don't come any closer!
Just what are you guys trying to do here?
I'm gonna
Shower me with praise! Witness the snow swan's grace.
Sigorin, fetch!
Hear the echoes of the valley!
Let the world collide!
No one interferes with the Jester's work!
Bring it!
Looks like no one's guarding this place.
There's something off about that decoration over there. Look out!
Let's deal with these before we move on.
Rise with the sun!
The researchers here probably don't know that we're uninvited guests. Let's try not to hurt them.
What's the big star from the theater doing here?
That's Miss Odette. She's a member of the Fatui. Don't tell me you didn't know that.
Was the whole reason for Project Stuja to support the research here at the Armory Palace? Just what are the Fatui and the Tsaritsa planning?
Light it up!
Whoa! Who are you? Never seen you around here before.
Looks like there's no way through here.
Maybe using the power of this prism could help?
I think I see some images.
It's the prism's power at play, causing images of the past to reappear, albeit only as a...
Paimon. And the Jester. Is this another scene from the past?
Yes. It looks quite old, though. I don't think it happened in the recent past.
Burn it down! Full throttle!
What's going on here? What happened?
The source seems to be the Armory Palace. They must have started some large-scale experiment.
Wait, what if this has something to do with Paimon? We need to hurry!
We're almost there. The Armory Palace is just up ahead.
Paimon, please be okay.
Walks like the snowflakes.
Let the mountain's veins boil!
Let my name echo in song!
What's going on? Wait, it's the curse of death. No, no, not now! Odette! Is this the afterlife again? I need to find a way back to reality. Is that Odette's core ignis? Odette? No signs of life. But past experience says that she should be. Did Odette intentionally use her core ignis to guide my soul? I feel like something similar happened. Thank you, Odette. If not for you, my soul wouldn't have found its way, but I'm sorry. I don't have time to protect you. I have to use the time you bought me. Sure enough, everyone here has been affected by the curse of death. Paimon! Paimon! No, wait. Paimon probably didn't escape Renova's curse either. She won't be able to respond to me right now. I'll have to find her myself. Mitya! Is this the laboratory he works in? What happened here to trigger the curse of death again so soon? I'll have to ask him when he wakes up. Finding Paimon has to take priority now. found her. Paimon really is here.
You don't learn, do you? You've already been involved in one mass death, and now you show up at the scene of it. This might have passed for a coincidence the first time, but a second time? Am I to assume you are intentionally Judging by your expression, it seems that you understand. In that case, a word to the wise. A civilization that fails to learn its lesson constantly depletes its own worth. It will one day lose any reason for its existence, and as a descender, you are perfectly suited to be the lifeline to which a dying civilization might desperately cling. Consider your position carefully.
No advice needed. I'll make my own judgments.
Suit yourself. When the day of reckoning arrives, not even a descender can hope to escape unscathed. The time for resurrection fast approaches. The mortals here are not yet worthy to behold my form. So that will be all for today. That thing is coming with me. You awoke sooner than I thought. The curse of immortality is stubborn, unable to enter the ley lines, yet not content to remain a spirit.
Ruler of death, what do you want?
You perplex me. Both you and you. That thing may be a creation of Celestia, but it possesses none of Celestia's power, let alone authority. Your obsession with it baffles me. No matter, the resurrection will soon begin. It's worthless anyway. I'll reclaim it next time.
Hey, who says there'll be a next time? I missed you, Paimon.
What are you talking about?
It was... You seem to be in...
Yeah, Paimon's back in tip-top condition. It's the weirdest thing. Paimon fell asleep earlier, and with the Jester and that guy talking to him used some kind of energy on Paimon. And she could kind of feel it canceling.
So, Mitya helped...
Apologies for leaving in such a hurry at the theater earlier. I was in a rush to verify some theories. Rest assured that your companion is perfectly safe. We reversed the effects that the experimental energy had on her. The Jester specifically instructed me to do so.
I suppose this is our first official meeting, Traveler. I could not let Paimon suffer in her condition for a moment longer, and so I simply took her without explanation. I hope you do not mind.
But why would a big shot like you care about what happens to Paimon?
As I said when you first arrived in Snezhnaya, we once spent some time...
Oh yeah, you did mention that.
I'm afraid the reminiscing will have to wait. Mitya, let us continue with the report. What conclusions, if any, did you reach from conducting the fight?
The good news is, my hypothesis regarding the Ruler of Death has been verified. As for the bad news, I recommend we suspend the experiments and Project Mistleton until further notice. Currently, we have no means with which to make a breakthrough.
I will trust your judgment. We shall...
Wait, what are you guys talking about? You want to get rid of Renova?
By whatever means necessary, so long as it removes the threat she poses to us. Until then, everything we do will be... After what just happened, I've ascertained Renova's goal. Or rather, the trigger condition for the curse.
Okay, let's hear...
What she's doing is blocking Snezhnaya's technological progress, preventing us from possessing any means with which to threaten the heavenly principles.
Just like the little lapdog she is.
So, any ideas, research, or experiments that lead to technological progress can trigger the curse. Just now, for instance, I was set to launch a final phase energy experiment ahead of schedule. If the experiment was successful, we could have achieved a crucial breakthrough. As expected, though, the moment the experiment began, all the researchers, technicians, all that effort, not to mention the energy and materials we relied on Project Stuja to gather for us, went...
Does that mean something similar happened when we were at the theater?
That's right. During the performance, I thought of an important breakthrough regarding the experiment. And so the nature of the curse seems to be something like... When moments of technological progress occur... Of course, that meant the curse was normally limited to the Armory Palace. Since outsiders are forbidden from entering, this mass death phenomenon until Odette came along. I believe she was the first witness. The curse of death was triggered just before she infiltrated the Armory Palace that day.
But you mentioned something about a final stage experiment.
That's right. Even with the gods locking certain key components out of reach, humanity can still advance technology in But, as I'm sure Renova anticipated, even incremental progress has its limits. A point where the truth you're seeking must be put to the test.
You mean, the experiment you were just about to do?
Yes. We were at a critical juncture, a moment where the quantitative was about to translate into fundamental qualitative change. With this single experiment. But now, after already being forced to fumble around in the dark all this time, it feels like we've truly hit an impenetrable wall. As long as Renova's curse of death persists, we won't be able to advance the experiment.
And with Project Stuja having been in effect all this time, at our nation's current strength, repeated trial and error is simply Only by eliminating Renova first will it be possible.
But she's the ruler of death! She can just kill whoever she wants, right? That's gotta be the...
We'll see. But one thing's for sure. She definitely can't just do whatever she wants. The best proof...
You're saying...
Wouldn't it be easier to just kill all of us researchers for good? Why resurrect us over and over again? Why let us advance our technology to this point?
So, you're saying... Even the...
Exactly. And I think that's where the key to our breakthrough...
Regardless, the ruler of death has always been an obstacle we must overcome. Indeed, we must face life, death, time, and our goal is the heavenly principles.
The Fatui wanted
For a long time, I've had a vague suspicion the Fatui and the Tsaritsa, but hearing the Jester admit it is still a shock. No wonder the Tsaritsa's goal has always been kept a secret from the people. What kind of road will that lead Snezhnaya down?
In that case... Lord Jester, I would like to request some leave. I'd like some time to organize my thoughts and go...
Granted. Get some rest, put the experiment out of your mind, and take care that the... While there is yet time, allow me to offer you my hospitality.
I remember hearing the term Mistleton from Columbine.
Yeah! Paimon wanted to ask about that when the name came up just now.
As you know, Project Stuja is a series of measures enacted to consolidate our nation's resources, the greater purpose of which many of the things you have encountered thus far are essentially for the advancement of that project. This includes the Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau in Notri. Researching Kuvaki was merely a facade. Its core objective was to use local resources and research findings to build Mistleton itself.
And that's a weapon built for the final battle.
Huh?
I was given some intel, and I made some deductions.
Wait. You must mean that thing over there. Oh, Paimon's gotta take a closer look at this thing. Especially after you guys sent so many...
Kuvaki alone will not break through Celestia's defenses, let alone challenge the heavenly principles are no doubt accustomed to combating the power of the light realm, and elemental energy is simply the power of the human realm, converted to that form by the heavenly principles themselves. Any attempt to use this power against its creator would be a futile endeavor. For now, therefore, we have set our sights on the form of energy associated with the third descender and the stellar linchpins. This may hold the potential to allow Mistleton to contend with the heavenly principles. You could say that by reverse engineering the stellar linchpins to extract the energy within, we have obtained a source of anti-Celestia.
The Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau, Project Stuja, and the new energy experiments. Huh. So, Project Mistleton is what ties it all together. And it looks like your plan is almost complete. No wonder the...
Her Majesty the Tsaritsa has embarked upon an expedition to vanquish a monster. Were it not...
Seems like the powers that be in Snezhnaya don't intend to hold my past conflict.
The Harbingers have been granted significant autonomy in retrieving the Gnosis. But by the same token, they do not completely represent...
You read my mind.
Speaking of the Gnosis, Paimon's been dying to ask this question since forever.
The Gnosis will undoubtedly serve as a key bargaining chip when she confronts the heavenly principles. Beyond that...
What do you mean? Not sure. Don't you make...
Taking on the heavenly principles is something most people wouldn't even entertain in their wild...
Into that today, civilization is nothing but an illusion. Something whose very existence can be our civilization may very well be destroyed in the struggle, but as things stand, the heavenly principles could choose only by changing the state of affairs. Only by overthrowing the heavenly principles can our civilization truly be said to have taken root. Otherwise, the fate of the people of Conria and Hyperborea is a cycle doomed to repeat.
Accepting potential destruction in return...
Furthermore, perhaps this is still somewhat difficult for you to understand. Are you aware that all the
Huh? All of them? Paimon knows about the curse of death you mentioned, and the curse of immortality that you had—
Then the birth of the Hilichurls, the rules of Natlan's Ode of Resurrection. Those are curses too? Farina's long life seems to—
Yes. Even a god's love for humanity is a curse the heavenly principles inflicted upon the gods.
What?
The Tsaritsa has always had ample reason to hate the heavenly principles. If she can seize their authority, she will reconstruct the entire world, and when that time comes, humanity will be completely liberated from— Look forward to it. It will be a world beyond your imagination. Though the ordinary people of Snezhnaya may not understand these details, in this frigid land locked in a ceaseless struggle against the environment, we all believe that standing in solidarity with the Tsaritsa in our shared struggle
Paimon really doesn't remember! He's basically a stranger! You gotta believe Paimon!
Allow me to explain. The reason Paimon reacted to the anti-Celestia energy is because she comes from Celestia herself.
Paimon?
Oh, right. I was blinded by anger earlier, but thinking back on it, Renova also said that Paimon is a creation of—
As you know, the lunar fragments in Nodcry were pulled down from the sky using Fatui technology. But the first application of this technology was in Conria. I used this technology upon the heavens, and the response I received. I presented her to the Vinster King, but he took no interest in this gift, nor did it satisfy him. Paimon then took up temporary residence in my palace until, of course, the arrival of the Cataclysm.
Wait, Paimon's a little confused. You're talking about things that happened in Conria 500 years ago. But Paimon doesn't remember any of that. Falling from the sky, being given—
Having lived through the Cataclysm, perhaps you too were burdened with some manner of curse. Although, losing your
But it's not just her memory from Conria. Paimon doesn't even know how she spent the last 500 years. She only has memories from the past few. What was Paimon like back in Conria? Did she know a whole lot because she came from Celestia?
Unfortunately, when you arrived in Conria, your consciousness was like that of a newborn infant. During the time you lived in Conria, your personality was no different from how it is now.
Aw, man! Paimon's plan to get her memories back and become super smart is ruined before it could even start. You know, even though Paimon lost her memories, she still feels weirdly close to you for some reason. That must mean you took pretty good care of Paimon back then, huh?
On the contrary, I completely ignored your existence. I was entirely focused on my struggle against Troptatir the Wise. But now, as I see it, it is as if you are the only sane thing that survived that era of insanity.
Noted. Man, but, Traveler? Even though you know Paimon's some creation of Celestia now, oh, phew, that's a relief.
Thank you for telling me so much. I'm a bit surprised, honestly.
Given the circumstances, the Fatui need not hide it.
Allies?
To advance Project Mistleton, we must first resolve our issue with the Ruler of Death.
That's right. Ever since she said she intends to reclaim Paimon when we next meet.
Against an opponent of this caliber, deliberating over our allegiances would waste time we do not have.
You're going to challenge the ruler of death? Just for Paimon? But thank you. Oh, thank you.
The Tsaritsa will return in triumph in short order, and the Fatui shall hold internal discussions regarding the enemy. The time for—
Got it. Thanks for your help with Paimon. I'll be sure—
there was just one other thing. Well, it's just a request, really. Paimon, of course, Paimon knows it's top secret and stuff, but...
Certainly you may.
Oh, for real?
While the technology is not yet fully developed, it has nevertheless reached the stage where Celestia's creations are unable to damage it.
Oh. Wow. No wonder Paimon felt so happy.
Paimon? You're okay.
Long story short, yep, Paimon's all better.
That's right. When I woke up, I wanted to go in after you, but the guards had woken up as well. So I returned the way I came.
It was thanks to you that my soul found its way back to my body.
Huh. That actually worked? Nice. You should be thanking this thing instead. Anyway, and now that things here are all taken care of...
Ah, Director Chuganov, you're back. We just received notice that Project Stuja has been suspended. This is the preliminary plan. In addition to expanding production capacity, we've also discussed feasible layoff plans. Our calculations indicate that the factory's profits will increase by at least 30%.
That won't be necessary. Leave the energy for those who need it. Whether they use it just to get by or to run a business, that's up to them. Start preparing to halt production and lay off the staff. Make sure the workers are able to land on their feet and that they are duly compensated. Thank you all for your hard work during...
Am I hearing you right? Why? After all the tough...
I just... suddenly... Iskra.
Dear esteemed members of the Rokot, given the effects of Lelik's radical actions upon our organization's reputation and social stability, a decision has been made to permanently withdraw this codename from use. Considering that Lelik did what they did for the benefit of the people, the Rokot has nevertheless negotiated with the authorities, ultimately securing a waiver for all penalties due to them. Lelik will be suspended for a period of time. Depending on their future performance, they may be allowed to adopt a new codename and continue. The purpose of this notice is to remind everyone once again that motives and methods are equally important. Even with Project Stuja's suspension and our interim operational victory, we must guard against complacency. We act only for the greater glory and solidarity of our nation. May the aurora shine ever on, and the...
We act only for the greater glory and solidarity of our nation.
You mean for us?
Just thinking out loud. I've never seen the Snezhna Gradvecha so...
I never once thought I'd come here. But I understand everything now, Rosaline.
I've seen Spirit Seeker performed many times, including by your mother.
Why do you bring that up all of a sudden?
Even though the choreography is always identical, every...
So you actually want to talk to me about ballet?
I just think it would be a pity if the dance was lost to history. She didn't teach it to you, did she?
That was an unusually subtle taunt for you.
We embraced one another on the snow-swept plains, melting the ruthlessness of time. But when our bodies, in pieces, are cast to the winds, what of our love will remain behind?
Don't tell me you can't sing.
Shush. I understand her hatred. The Fatui robbed her of the life she should have had. I never opposed her dancing. Yet still I became an enemy of her ballet. I'll just keep my distance. Many despise me. I'm used to it.
You're certainly not one to shy away from confrontation. But children, they need a different approach.
I'm hardly the most maternal figure.
Yet, she is a child. In my experience, while a father commands authority, he must still yield to love. You should tell her what you think about her dancing. Odette will soon take the stage at the Koralyevsky Theater. This could be your chance.
Geonosis secured. It went smoothly. I'll be there. Have them send me an invitation.
Sadly, things didn't work out. Her final words are inside that block of ice.
This? Aren't these for monitoring her subordinates?
Not yours. This one isn't her witch's flame, but my two worlds' flames. The two worlds' flames can burn away memories. It was my parting gift to Rosaline.
If all goes to plan, she and I will both live to see the Tsaritsa succeed. I believe she'll find peace. But if anything happens to me, she needn't follow in my footsteps. The cryo-energy will fade away in time. Then the two worlds' flames will burn away all memories of the Fatui. She'll be free to dance. She deserves this.
I will handle the aftermath. The choice is yours, child.
Paimon came from, too! Who cares if Paimon's a creation of Celestia? She's probably not, and like you said, this doesn't have to change anything between us. You're not gonna—
You've spent the last few days lying in bed and stuffing your face.
Says who? Paimon's as agile as ever! Paimon originally wanted to check out the bookstores in Snezhnograd, but she's more— Wait! They've got light novels from Yai Publishing House here, too! Huh? And this is Paimon's— The local Snezhnayan books look pretty interesting too, but also kinda
I thought you were in the mood for flying around.
Paimon can read while she flies! Hey! Look at these two Which do you like better? Alright!
Oh, I thought we were only getting one.
There you are. Thank.
My mom will grab this and then. Huh? 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 How many layers does this thing have? A whole bunch of people are gathered over by the plaza.
I know that voice. Of course.
Yeah! The jester knew I was wrong and fixed.
Oh, yeah, about that. Oh, right. Let me introduce you. This is my little sister, Tonya.
Hello, Tonya.
Hello. Firstly, I'm...
Hey now, why'd you have to start with...
So she's the real Tonya.
She said you two didn't manage to meet up at the theater. She waited ages for me, and when I didn't show, she got a little worried and went outside.
I know, right? He didn't bother to say a word to me. I searched up and down the city for him, and he only told me about it when I finally caught him at the gates of Glupov.
I've been rushed off my feet lately, so I didn't get the chance to go home. I just figured that...
Well, the snow was bad, and you're never late. So I was really worried about you. How was I supposed to know that you'd...
I'm sorry, Tonya. I really am. I'll make it up to you somehow. Just...
Although the mix-up led to a series of misunderstandings, it's probably for the best that the real Tonya didn't get caught. Besides, it's obvious that Tartaglia isn't usually one to break a promise. He only gave his ticket to me because he had to look into Lelik.
No, it's fine. It just meant I didn't get to see the show in the end. By the way...
I would... The best is yet...
Huh? Look! Hey! Look!